Well, hi, friend. You know, when I was studying for my journalism degree, I had the honor of being taught by Dallas Lee. He was the city desk editor at the Atlanta Journal and Constitution in those days. He took us on a tour of the newspaper, by the way, and we got to see the offices of all the big wheel writers there at the newspaper, and we got to see the office of Southern humorist Louis Grizzard. You know, Louis Grizzard wrote a lot of books, and one of those was titled Chili Dogs Always Bark at Night. But I remember once Louis said, you know, Elvis is dead and I don't feel so good myself. And over the last month or so, I've really understood what that meant, because in truth, while I've suffered through this plague we call COVID-19, I have not felt very well at all. And that's why today I'm especially thankful for so many things. Today I'm thankful for all of the kind people who offered up prayer on my behalf. Today I'm thankful for my sweet angel, my wife, who nursed me through these days and continues to take care of me. I'm also thankful for my good family, but mostly I am thankful for the mighty God who by His grace provided me with the ability to survive COVID-19. But more than that, the mighty God who has provided us instructions on how to leave this life and spend eternity with Him. You see, in Matthew chapter 17, we find that Jesus is being transfigured there. His clothes were shining bright as the sun. And while Peter was talking, you know, as he often did, there was a voice that came down from heaven and said, "Lo, this is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased. Hear ye Him." So what did Jesus have to tell us? He gave us the words of salvation. He tells us, as John records for us in chapter 8 and verse 24, except that we believe that He is the Son of God, we're going to die in our sin. So if we believe Him, we're going to do what He asks us to do, and that includes confessing that He is the Son of God, as we find in Matthew chapter 10 and verse 32. And that means that we're going to repent of sin, our selfish sins, those very things that separated us from the mighty God. That's what He tells us in Luke chapter 13 and verse 3. And then we find that Mark records for us in chapter 16 and verse 16 that he that believes and is baptized shall be saved. Those are the words of Jesus. And why is it that we're baptized? Well, the like figure whereunto baptism does also now save us, according to 1 Peter 3 and verse 21. It is at baptism that we get that remission of sin, Acts chapter 22 and verse 16, where they're washed away. And you see, what we find here is that on this day that we recognize as a Thanksgiving Day, the first and foremost thing we need to be thankful for is a God who provided us with the grace to have this day that we might obey Him fully all of the way. So on this day of Thanksgiving, the thought for today is this: will you be thankful enough to God to obey Him? Don't wait. Obey Him today. Show Him how thankful you are. Now that is a thought for this Thursday.